Just talking? Well, what's the show about? About nothing.
All right. Welcome back to Strange Noise Podcast, everybody.
Hello, friends.
What's up, guys? Welcome back, guys and gals. I always fucking do it.
Party people.
I always do it. I'm sorry if I offended anyone out there in the interwebs.
Like
everyone's
the
welcome. Whatever you choose to identify as. But
We just hope you came to party.
yeah,
Yep.
we'd like you better if you identify as party people.
That's it.
But we have a good show for you guys today. Sorry if my voice is a little hoarse.
It's been foisted.
Yeah, I almost lost it yesterday. I told you guys. I was telling Rob earlier, I almost had to cancel it today.
Oh, shit.
Yesterday I had no voice, and I was like, oh well, I'll see how it is tomorrow.
Yeah.
See how it's gonna go.
Some honey,
I was just downing cough drops,
cough drops,
Oh, yeah,
popping them like they're
that'll do
freaking
it.
Jolly
giving
Ranchers.
the old throat coat.
Oh, yeah.
Wink, wink, wink.
Too much fun.
Too much fun.
But yeah, we got a good show for you guys today. We're getting into some music news. Some big artists dropped from some big festivals. And then another large artist maybe wanting to change his name. We'll get into that. And then the Grammys happened, the most important music award show, right?
Yeah, whatever.
The most.
We'll give our thoughts on some of the winners and thoughts on the Grammys
If they're
overall.
relevant.
Yeah, you'll hear it. You'll hear that. And then we're gonna get into. We teased it last week. Yeah, you got last week, right?
Yeah.
We teased
Yes,
it.
we did.
We're going to do a album review of Taking Back Sunday's "Tell All Your Friends." It's celebrating its 20th anniversary.
Yep, 20 years.
Turns 20 years old. Just
It's
a
like not
reminder.
as excited, but
Yeah.
exciting,
It's exciting, but it just reminds us how old we are.
Exciting
Yeah.
and depressing,
Yeah.
all those things rolled into one.
So yeah, this episode is brought to you by Benzos. But,
Yeah.
And depends.
Oh,
It
yes.
depends.
But
Not that old.
I don't feel that young anymore.
I do get some anal leakage every now and then, but it's keto.
Who doesn't?
And then we'll close out the episode with what we've been digging for the week.
Yes.
Give you guys some music recommendations if you guys want to check them out. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the episode.
Let's do it.
So if anybody didn't hear the news, I think it just released today, but Kanye or Ye has dropped from Coachella.
Coachella. Is it like officially yay?
Yeah.
It's officially
Yeah.
day.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just still call him.
But
Yeah,
I
I-
don't do it yet either. And I wonder
No.
how long is it going to take for
Yeah.
that transition to really happen?
And it's not that big of a change.
It's not.
Because he
Yeah.
has had album or
Okay.
songs and albums, Ye. So
Is he going to be pissed if we don't call him Yay?
Probably,
Is it
but
like one
I
of
feel
those
like I want to piss
situations?
him off. Just I don't want to call you
Like,
Kanye.
hey, Kanye West. And he's
Or
like,
Kanye.
that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
it's Ye.
I know.
Yay.
But yes, Coachella is only from the filming of this episode 2 weeks away, and he is one of the, if not probably one of the bigger headliners. And just drops off.
Just dropped out. Is there any
What
reason
a-
why?
I didn't get. Everybody was reporting on it. Nobody gave it any official reasons. I knew he did say something about he wanted, he contacted Kim saying that he was going to check himself into some mental health
Oh,
clinic.
okay.
I don't know if that's part of it.
Hmm.
But I mean,
Well.
maybe. Good on him. If
Yeah,
that's
if he's going that route, then yeah, for
If
sure.
that is, yes, if that's what he's doing, then more power to him. I'll wait. I guess maybe I'll bite my tongue for the moment
Yeah.
then to find out what the real reasoning behind it is. I hate to be insensitive, especially when it comes to mental health, because that's something I truly do
yeah.
believe that we need to build awareness about. So, I'll leave it as that. But if not, if he just pulled out for the sake of just being
Kanye.
Kanye,
Yeah.
it's an asshole move.
Definitely.
And there's got to be some sort of repercussions. Like,
Oh,
with,
definitely.
yeah,
you
sort
got
of
a contract, right?
Yeah.
So,
you owe them.
yep.
You give him a show or you owe him money.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know, right?
Yeah, that's usually the way it works.
Something.
And Coachella's been around long enough where they probably have that really written into their contracts where hey, you're a headliner. People are buying tickets because of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Imagine that.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys for the people that bought tickets
Yeah.
to see Kanye, who are possible replacements that could fill the shoes that would maybe appease some of the people that did buy tickets. 'Cause I was trying to think that I was because you not only have to find a replacement that's, you know, a big enough headliner, but at the same time a replacement that's gonna like satisfy the people that bought tickets specifically to see him, you know?
Like,
Yeah.
who's of that caliber that could really?
I mean, the only one that first
Celine Dion.
Of course.
she's gonna sing "My Heart Will Go On" for 40 minutes.
Yeah, the extended version.
But yeah, the only one I was thinking that could possibly replace him and that's at the caliber would be Drake.
Drake, but I feel like he's just fucking played out, kind of.
I feel like nobody wants to see him
Maybe-
as a headliner
Yeah.
for that right now.
I mean, yeah, you know why?
You know what? You could be right.
As relevant as he is it as great as he is? I can't knock that
for
shit.
sure.
Just it doesn't seem like he's gonna hit, you know? I
Yeah.
don't know. Is it correct me if I'm wrong, but is Harry Styles the co-headliner, the other headliner?
He's on. So since it's 3 days, right?
Yeah.
He's headlining one day. I can't remember who's headlining the second day, and then Kanye was supposed to headline the last day.
Oh, okay.
Close it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Maybe
that's
Kendrick Lamar.
that was another one I was thinking.
Yeah.
That could be a good one.
Oh, or Snoop. I mean,
Ooh,
this is
yeah.
wild.
Ooh.
It's really wild. Don't get me wrong. I know we've had so much of Snoop, but
Yeah.
We love Snoop.
but that's the thing. I think
Everyone
that
loves Snoop.
that's
No
it.
one will ever
He
be
shows up,
disappointed.
starts throwing some joints out.
Yep.
You know, I think you're right. I think nobody will like be like, "Oh, only Snoop." They'll be
Oh,
like, "You know what?"
Snoop, fucking Snoop. You
Yeah.
know, yeah.
All of a sudden, you hear fucking gin and juice, and you're like, "Oh shit!" It's just one of those
Yep.
things, you know.
No, I think you're right though. I think he's an artist where like people obviously they're not going to replace Kanye as the headliner, but he's one of those artists where people be like, "You know what? I'm good with that." You know,
You can't
I-
hate Snoop.
Yeah.
So
You
many people
cannot hate
haven't
Snoop.
seen him. So many people haven't smoked with them. So many. There's so much that they haven't had enough of yet.
And it's Coachella. You know, everybody's gonna be smoking. So
Oh, dude, that's a perfect place. So maybe Snoop,
That's all I'm saying. Snoop needs to come through.
or that new group that he's
Oh, yeah.
forming. You know,
Oh, the one you
I don't
were
know
saying-
how available all these guys are.
Yeah.
especially in 2
Just
weeks.
gonna get the gang together, you know, and get the band back together.
But no, I think we solved it, guys.
Yep.
Wow,
I think Snoop.
There you
Snoop,
go.
come through.
Get him on.
We
That's
didn't
it.
realize he's already on the lineup.
I know.
We're like, oh,
I'm
shit.
looking at the lineup right now. I'm gonna try to see.
This is a sort of small little slight tangent, but Snoop Dogg's been posting on his Instagram. My friend's been filling me in, by the way, because I haven't been on there. And he told me, man, Snoop Dogg's super cool, man. He's posting these stories, and he shouted out this older woman who my friend was telling me she's hot. She's a hot older woman. My friend likes MILFs anyway, and likes the
Gilfs.
idea of a mature woman, let's say.
Okay.
And this woman just happened to be full like gray hair, but he was like, man, she was smoking, and Snoop was praising her, saying, you know, grams with the yams. And I was like, that's sick. And he's all, honestly, man, the hair was the only thing great. Everything else looked like amazing, you know. So for what it's worth to that woman, more power to her. If you guys seen the story, more power to that whole story. I don't know what it looks like firsthand. I'm just hearing it, you know.
You're like, I can envision it though.
That's what I'm doing. But when he said grams with the yams, I thought, fucking Snoop. So smooth, you know, so funny.
He needs to be the producer of a show. Like you can like a View type thing, but it's like all like hot older ladies, and it's called Grams with the Yams.
Yeah. Grams with the yams.
Grams with the yams. There it is there.
Billie Eilish is the other headliner.
Oh, okay, that's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That makes
Wow.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need to mix that up a little bit. Like that's, you know,
Harry Styles, Billie Eilish.
you can't
and
soft
Ye.
mosh the whole time.
Yeah,
No, you can't.
So, yeah, maybe maybe a Snoop like featuring Kendrick or something.
Ooh.
That could be a good one.
There's a lot that you could do for
Yeah.
sure, man.
Oh yeah, get Dre back. Come on, Dre.
Just
I
do the
mean,
Super Bowl halftime show all
With
over
the new
again.
Death Row Records label, there's
Yeah.
even a few artists that are there, and then
Mhm.
also calling in favors, cousins, Warren G. Who knows?
Ooh.
Come on, man. This is
That'd
like
be it, bro.
this is it.
We
Yeah.
can bring in Cypress Hill.
Oh
The
shit.
regulators show up. You know, like what?
Bringing it
That'd
all
be a
in.
show. I want to go to a show now.
Yeah.
I think we just
See?
call the Up and Smoke like
That
lineup,
is sort of like the
Yeah.
episode tour.
But sweet. Let us know who you guys would want to see in place of Ye. But from there we'll head on to our next headline. And headlining the headline was The Weeknd.
Oh yeah, the weekend. Sorry,
The weekend.
brain fart.
Sorry.
And we're not talking about Friday and Saturday.
No, we're talking about the week. And
We're talking about the weekend.
One what's his official or what is his what do you call it? His legal name? Abel.
good luck.
Yeah, Abel, and if you could pronounce the last name, he's teased about maybe pulling a Ye and dropping all names except for his first real name, Abel. Even dropping The Weeknd altogether and emerging as a new single name artist like Madonna.
So Abel, formerly known as The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Formerly known as Abel Tesfaye.
His middle name, I can't say his middle name either. It's
McNamara.
Miller? That's where he got it from? Oh, man, I knew it.
Where what? McOnnen?
McOnnen?
I don't know. McOnnen.
McOnnen.
That's how you
Abel
have to say it.
McOnnen, test fake.
But it's an interesting, I don't know, I was going to say stunt, but it's an interesting pool. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think we discussed it a little bit, but like, if he's gonna pull it off, now's the time. Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I know we went like maybe it's not a good thing because everybody knows him as a Weeknd, but you brought up a good point in that little conversation we had is that, yeah, it's like the perfect time because everyone's gonna just follow him and know that, yeah, that's the Weeknd or Abel now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because I was on the other end of it where I didn't think it was a good idea at first because I was like, oh, you know, he's known as the Weeknd. He's at this, you know, the peak of his career. But then you guys kind of brought me to the other side where like, oh, he's at the peak of his career where he can do that.
Yeah.
Where like people will follow like I know who the Weeknd is, you know, I'll continue to follow that.
Do you realize that there's this name changing trend happening right now? We've got Ye, we've got the Weeknd doing it, we've got Kylie Jenner renaming her son that's already been born.
Oh, you're right. I didn't hear that.
What's his name gonna be now?
I don't even know, but who cares?
He was originally named Wolf, I think.
Wolf?
Yeah, and they were saying over the time that we've had him and been raising him,
he never turned into a wolf.
Yeah, he never turned into a wolf, so we're sending him back.
Yeah.
But he
Amazon 30-day policy.
You know that. But yeah, so there's a lot of this like a movement happening with changing names, which is so wild to me.
Changing my name?
Going.
I don't know what it's gonna be, but
it's a symbol.
Symbol.
Gonna pull a Prince.
Yeah, a symbol.
I'm gonna pull a freaking Elon, name his kid like.
Oh yeah, it was freaking the freaking equation or something.
Yeah, the equation.
So it's interesting this is happening.
What if Elon's son's name is the equation for time travel?
Oh wow!
Boom.
Wow!
Just solved it, you guys.
I know he just named him like after the Ash mathematical symbols.
Yeah,
and then his favorite jet. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Name changes. We brought this up to tell you guys we're keeping our name the same.
Yes, we are.
It will forever be Strange Noise until we decide to change it.
This is the best name ever.
But yeah, we'll see if he actually ends up changing it. That'd be an interesting move.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if now his old records and old merch and everything will be like collector's items because there'll be no longer the Weeknd.
Of course, yeah.
I'll go buy some stuff.
Yep. Do it now.
Pick up those records.
Yep.
But from there, we're gonna head to our first break. Got a little inflection there.
Break in the voice.
Puberty.
Oh, I know. Made it again. Damn it.
Mid-30s puberty.
Maybe I'll finally get that growth spurt.
Yes, dude.
Hopefully.
No more cushions to sit on.
I know. I can still hope. But something that may not have been so fun for some people, but the Grammys was on.
Yeah, I totally
could have fooled me.
I totally forgot about it till I was like watching the news in the morning and Marissa's, the Grammys were on. And I was like, oh, what the heck? And then it was like all the people that performed and stuff.
Yeah.
But
you know, I made a mental note because I was like, oh, the Grammys are coming up because we were talking about it. I was like, oh, I should pay attention, you know, because it's music related.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I completely forgot and didn't even care.
We'll get into that.
But some awards were given out that we actually were digging. Ed just told us that he's been really into Silk Sonic lately.
Yes, I am.
And they cleaned up pretty good. They got a record of the year, which not to be confused with album of the year.
Yeah.
Which is two different categories.
We still haven't figured it out yet.
I know.
And
we're going to get into this part, yes.
We'll get into that in a minute. But Silk Sonic won record of the year. They also took away or came home with song of the year as well. And then best R&B performance.
Okay.
Which cool. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that one.
I mean, they got Anderson .Paak on drums in there. I mean, everything's going to look cool with Bruno Mars probably.
Bruno's playing the keyboard or the piano and guitar.
Yeah.
No, that, I mean, they're a group that has super cool style.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So the flair. I love it.
And fucking Anderson .Paak is playing the fucking bass as well too.
Oh, is he?
Ooh.
on some of the songs. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Multi-instrument.
Yeah.
Instrument.
Drumming and playing on bass. It's like kick.
He's got the washboard. Everything going.
And the harmonica is like in his mouth, hanging around his neck. You know, they do that.
Gonna
Some
bust
Bob
into-
Dylan or what?
Blues
Yeah.
Traveler.
Blues Traveler.
But a couple other awards that were given. The best rap performance was given to Baby Keem and Kendrick.
All right.
I think we played the song last season.
Yes.
We should play that bit.
Yep.
And then a little bit of controversy. Louis C.K. took home the Grammy for Best Comedy Album.
Wild.
I haven't seen it yet because it was behind his paywall on his official
Yeah.
site.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna fucking release this shit, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Basically, if anybody who's on the loop about this Louis C.K., you know, sure heard that, you know, he's been in some hot water with some allegations that were brought against him. I think he may have admitted to them as well.
Yeah, you admitted to him,
Yeah.
and then but there was no charges pressed because the girls admitted to like saying yeah, right, like it was okay, but they just didn't feel okay. It was like that power play thing, right?
I'm not really sure. Yeah,
I'm
I
not
know,
really
but I
sure.
think you're right. I
Yeah.
think there were no actual like charges brought against him.
Yeah,
But I think they were just allegations brought forward.
Mm.
and flattering allegations that were true. Yeah,
But those were the what do you call it? That was the controversy.
Yep.
Because of the everything that was surrounding it, that he took home the best comedy album.
I've
Yeah.
heard actually that it did do really well. That it
yeah,
was, it's
I
been
heard it
doing
was
really
good.
well. Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
You know what? Like, I am interested in watching it.
I will watch it.
I'm a Louis
Yeah.
C.K. fan.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a fan of what he's been.
He's
like,
got good
doing.
comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta put that under my belt for sure.
Yeah,
He did go up against some stiff competition. No pun intended. But I think Kevin Hart was also nominated
oh
in that.
shit,
And
Be Kevin.
a new guy that me and Vanessa been digging, Nate Bargatze. He has a couple
Sounds familiar.
Netflix specials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some funny people, and Louis C.K. came away with it. I was sad to realize that Bo Burnham wasn't on the list.
That's a weird one.
Hmm.
I mean, I think we'll get into this a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping Bo would be on the list, but maybe
I
you're
didn't. Yeah, I didn't really think it was like it was. I don't know if it was like when I think of a comedy special, I think of like comedy special. His was more like a film.
more like an entertainment thing.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, all right. I mean, I
guess you're
praised
right.
it so much. I
Yeah.
loved it. It was so good, but I felt like it was more like a musical performance, like a concert or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because
Yeah.
it's not just traditional stand up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess, man, that's a good thought because I wasn't separating these two things.
Mhm.
Originally when we started talking about Bo, I don't know why did we talk about him last year? What award ceremony did he get snubbed on? Was it the film or something for?
Oh, was it?
Or was
South
it
by
was
Southwest or
was it
something?
music too? Because
Hmm.
I remember him
I-
being snubbed, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I just remember we bringing it up because we fucking loved it so much. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's about
Yeah,
it.
you're right. There was some award connections, but I can't remember what it was.
So, but I wasn't thinking about it back then
Mm.
in the traditional comparison to stand-up comedy. And
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't categorize it in there and put him up against any other stand-ups either because it
Yeah.
doesn't, to me, it definitely doesn't qualify.
A stand up, right?
stand-up,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was more. It was more written out. He a lot more production.
Yeah, definitely. It's special, all right.
It's a special. Yeah, it's special.
It's
for sure.
special, all right. But music definitely. Yeah, this is like one long music video.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was
But that
fucking-
is
I
his
loved it.
style, you know. His
Yeah.
style is to go out there, and he's an entertainer. Obviously, it's very funny. But man, you're right, dude. Not a
'Cause
stand-up
yeah,
special.
Yeah.
This is kind of getting back to the idea that the
Yeah.
Grammys are a little out of touch,
They're
or way
irrelevant.
out of torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need like someone to walk up on stage and slap another person midway
Oh,
presenting. I think that'll do it.
it was awesome because I guess Trevor Noah introduced the show, and he made a reference to it.
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't an award show. This is a concert where we give out awards. We'll be dancing, we'll be singing. We will be keeping people's names out of our mouths.
Nice. Very cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like him a little bit more now.
Yeah,
But
like, I mean, I've always leaned on the more liberal side of politics, so it didn't bother me. But you're right, like he is. I don't know. He seems a little more loose, a little more like I guess comfortable.
Yeah.
in his
He's,
comedy.
like,
Like,
finding his stride right now.
yeah,
Obviously he's been successful in different outlets, but yes, he does seem comfortable for what it's
Yeah.
worth, man.
but yeah, back to the idea of like the Grammys being out of touch. Like, I mean, they need something because you're right. Like what we talked about it off mic was like these TikTok musicians. You know,
Yeah.
they're getting millions of views. You know, and
They're
making
making
money.
mad money, and a lot of it's a lot better than what's on the radio right now.
Why wouldn't they integrate this? Why wouldn't they do that? How could you not forecast and see like a trend happening?
Exactly.
You know? Like
'Cause-
one small category.
Yeah, that's what's perfect, a category for it, because they're getting like all the pop artists are getting their trends from TikTok musicians, but then they're just doing it in with the big budget, production. Where like it's like they're stealing from them, but like, hey, let's give them some recognition.
Yeah, they need to have like a set category.
Exactly.
But quick real time update. I just realized I went down a little bit, got into some of the categories. They did have a category for best music film.
Oh,
and
okay.
Bo Burnham was nominated in that one.
Got it. All right, cool. Boop. Fake news. That's right.
But yeah, like we said, the Grammys probably need like special categories. Like, I mean, they have so many other like random categories. Like we were talking about, like they have a record of the year.
Yeah,
which
this is where let's get into this. Yeah,
we thought might be a specific song,
Yeah.
and album of the year, which
Yeah.
is the entire release.
Yes.
Yep.
And
But
so if they
then-
have something so specific, they can
Yeah.
have other categories. Like the other one I think we saw was best pop vocal performance,
Yeah, dude, that's very,
which is, I mean,
very specific. That word.
but I
can say that
mean,
word.
you could put anything in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Like,
really could.
That's
Any music, any genre, just a vocal.
yeah.
Pop.
Aren't there already like so many subcategories that we don't get to see
Mhm.
on the live, or not live, but the main broadcast?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do like Latin albums and like world albums and things like that they don't do on the big.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So they can
stage.
definitely like, start gradually
Yeah.
introducing a lot of these subcategories. Here's why. I believe it'll definitely give these that group validation, and then also not remind them, but it'll just the Grammys will benefit by having them back them in return, because if the Grammy snubs them completely and just doesn't recognize them as a group altogether, they're gonna find their own way to be recognized.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
the thing.
everybody does.
If they want to pull in any more ratings, then televise that part.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Get the younger.
You
crowd.
give them their recognition.
Yep.
You talk about them. They get a little happy about that. I'm surprised they're not doing that. It's one of those things that you do. You keep them at bay, keep them where you want them till it really booms, and then you're like, okay, it's all about you now.
Yeah, we've been
You know?
supporting you for this whole time.
Yes, exactly.
You know what would be a great way to sorry guys.
This guy's dying.
I know.
I know.
Gotta GoFundMe. But a great way to do it would be like to partner with like Twitch or YouTube
Yeah.
or something like that.
For sure.
And like maybe do that like all like best, like you can do like music video things for
Yeah.
or best online, creator,
Or even just televise that part of it on Twitch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
that way, because
Yeah.
I mean that's where most of those
They're gonna get more ratings there than they are actually from national television.
and
Wow.
probably more of the artists that they're honoring in that category or in those categories more likely gonna watch Twitch or something like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
instead
Get
of
more
like
fit in that a little bit better.
this,
But
this is free advice for you, Grammys.
overall, you guys are irrelevant. The Grammys, because money's being made by the TikTok artists that aren't. They're actually getting more plays than these songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why it's like not even like. It's kind of like whoever buys into that category.
And I think was it Drake that said it at it might have been the Billboard Awards, but he said something to the effect where basically said like he was holding the award and said this doesn't matter. It's like
Yeah.
you guys matter. He's
Mhm.
like, to that person like making beats in their bedroom type thing. Like
For real, I like when he said that. Yeah, because that's like that word is just
it's like
the industry saying, "Yeah, you're cool."
they're being, throwing a big stroke each other party.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
But let us know. Do you guys like the Grammys?
Mhm.
Do you think they're irrelevant? What do you guys think they should do to improve it? into the 20-year album review.
We're doing it.
Tell all your friends.
I can't believe it.
Tell all your friends that we're reviewing. Tell all your friends.
Tell all your friends. It's been 20 years.
20 years.
Tell all your friends they got old.
They got old.
But you still love them anyway.
And they better not be having any more fucking emo haircuts.
Some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yours is like a matured emo.
It's like an old man.
Yeah.
Old man emo.
It's not emo. You're
You're okay.
you're all right.
You're good.
You grew up.
Okay. Thank you. But hope you guys dug that track. Hope you guys dig the album because we're gonna be diving into it.
Yes.
But for all you guys who, most of our listeners know who Taking Back Sunday is and
Yes.
probably enjoy Tell All Your Friends. They are celebrating 20 years. It's been out for 20 years.
Crazy.
It originally released on March 26th, 2002.
Wow.
Wow.
It actually came out with pretty good critically acclaimed. It was rated the best emo album of the year by AP,
Ooh.
by NME, and was on the list of best emo albums of the year by Rolling Stone.
Oh shit.
Holy moly,
Yeah.
dude. Not bad.
So that's some some good critical acclaim there.
Ah.
This was a really good first album.
Yes,
It was. I don't know. Yeah, it was really good.
It's one of the best probably that first albums that came out from like one of those bands.
Of like the
scene.
Yeah, the scene.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
scene. But
Yeah, go for it.
to set it up for homework, we went back and re-listened to it. For me, it had been the first time in a while that I had listened to the whole album all the way through.
Yeah.
I'd listened to individual tracks, like they're obviously on playlist and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it's one of the first times in a little while that I've listened to all the songs.
The way it's supposed to be listened.
I should have listened to it on actual record too. But so we'll get into it. My initial thoughts of it.
Yeah.
I was trying to compare it to how I remember it.
Okay.
Because I do remember listening to this album a lot. Like I was telling you guys, I had bought a whole bunch of CDs at the same time, and it was Taking Back Sunday, Jimmy Eat World, and I want to say there was another album in there, but those were like my main. Those were on rotation
Yeah.
for me in my Sony CD Walkman,
Mm.
the one
Yeah.
with the colors, you know.
Yes.
Awesome.
Don't jump too hard or it's
Oh, I
gonna skip.
I would try to throw it in my backpack to kind of have my headphones
Yeah,
out, but I
no.
couldn't walk too hard. But no, like I was trying to compare the listen back to what I originally remember,
Yeah.
and it's funny because I remember listening to it through nonstop, like constantly on rotation, and then re-listening to it. Now I remember songs that I skipped, like I didn't like that much anymore.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
I think let me pull the track listing really fast. So I think I would always skip Bike Scene, which is the second track.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
It starts with that that's the one that starts with that piano little riff at the beginning, I believe. And but for some reason, like I just went through the track listing and I realized like, oh, there's a lot of these songs like I did skip a lot. But listening, like kind of forcing myself to listen through, I'd be like, oh dude, I loved this part of that song.
Okay.
Like I remember myself like, oh, this was that part that I remember like of why like I would write my songs a certain way. Like so like we just played Ghostman on third, and I was telling the guys after, I was like, the vocal runs at the end were some of the reasons why I had suggested vocal runs for when we had music, when we played music. And that's what I was remembering going back through all these
Yeah.
songs. Like even though there were songs that I skipped, there was reasons I still loved those individual songs. Like maybe there was a part like I love the bridge, or I love Adam and John kind of going back and forth doing the dueling vocals, you know,
Yeah.
on
They
certain
were-
songs.
Man, they were good at that.
They were.
Oof.
I liked it.
I mean, they may not have pioneered it, but in my head, they're the ones
For
that
sure,
pioneered
yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah.
I think in the scene they might have been the pioneers of it.
Yeah.
Because I
I'll
don't
probably say
really,
that.
remember anyone other than not even in 2002. I couldn't say Under Oath because they didn't come out with the other album until like 2004, right?
And their dueling vocals was more of a sing scream
Yeah,
type
exactly,
thing. It wasn't
yeah.
like
Sing,
harmonies,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Right.
But so comparing you guys listening to it now and trying to compare it to when you guys listened to it before, how did the experiences differ from one another? Could you compare it that way? Or was it
Well, for me, this really was one of my favorite albums back then, and it still does hold up for me. I really do like it. I'll listen to most of these songs through way of like playlist also, so they'll pop up. Or I'll go hunt something down because like I have to hear it, you know.
Yeah,
but
hunger for to hear this one song.
yeah, absolutely. But it's held up. I do have a few songs that I traditionally skip through. It's usually the first two.
Oh, okay.
It is the first two for me as well. I know that second song was the one that you mentioned, Bike Scene. Yeah, beyond that, everything is pretty much a straight through listen. As it gets towards the end, I think it starts to lose a little bit of steam just before it totally checks out.
Yes.
Yeah,
But,
I think it had the majority of the weight in the middle.
Yeah, the
It
bulk of the
is.
songs were right in
Yeah,
the center. Yeah.
mostly like me. It's like all the ways in the middle.
The way you're supposed to be.
But yeah, so sort of like after Blue Channel, that's when it starts to like fade out for me. You got Your So Last Summer, and then finishing with Head Club. A little weaker than I would like for it to end, but
yeah, I agree with that. Like You're So Last Summer, that's the release they with the music video with Flavor Flav in it, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I don't know why, like I do not like that chunky riff at the beginning. The like jun, 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 jun. Like I
Yeah,
do
jun, jun,
not
jun, jun,
like
jun.
that
Yeah.
chunky riff, and like that song was never on one of my like faves.
Yeah. I think Flavor Flav kind of made that better for me, believe it or not.
Oh, because the video was entertaining.
yeah,
So.
it was very entertaining. And I always thought, man, that's so cool. They got Flavor Flav. Like, how did this happen? And I couldn't.
That video
tell you
was
how it
dope.
happened, but
And that video was dope,
pretty
dude.
cool. Yeah, because he's lip syncing to it.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I loved
so
about it,
fucking
yeah.
cool.
And he like the way he was doing it, he was like more like a hip hop
Yeah,
style. It was cool,
it's good, dude. It really is good.
Well, for me, I didn't like it like in the first beginning, like when it first came out.
Do you remember?
I think I might have been like too hardcore for it or whatever, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but later on, I think when Where You Want to Be came out, and I was like, like that's my album right there, right?
Mm.
But I think I was like, oh, I'll go back and listen.
It
And
kind
I
of
was-
pushed you back, like
exactly, because I just want to hear the whole history of the band,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, all right, this is a good album. Yeah, but like, I think same thing as it's weird. It's same thing. Like first two songs kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And then not until I got to that song that I played, I was like, because I think "Cute" without the E, which was
Yeah, I think it's a little earlier in the album. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
it
the
kind of fucking just like played out for me a little bit.
yeah, it was their main single, or
Yeah.
at least one of their bigger singles.
The
off that
bigger
one.
singles, yeah.
Mhm. It was.
But yeah, that the opening riff with the clean guitar was like you know,
yeah,
I love
the
that. And
strumming.
it was like just came in, it was perfect.
Yep.
But I mean, now listening back to it, I was just like, I was amazed by the dueling vocals, and I was like, man, okay, you guys were doing this in the scene back in those days. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird even saying back in those days, but yeah,
It's weird. And
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, there's an even bigger story to Taking Back Sunday. If you're familiar with Brand New, the singer from Brand New, Jesse Lacey, actually started Taking Back Sunday with ex-guitarist Ed Reyes, not our Ed Reyes,
Another one.
Long Island Ed Reyes. So they had originally started Taking Back Sunday, and then you guys should get into this. If you guys don't know about this, get into it, because it's always cool to know a little something about
Yeah.
the
It's
scene
just
and
fun.
the music. Yeah,
Yeah.
because this was part of like the lore that existed while we were learning about this
Yep.
scene and being, part of it.
When you couldn't Google about your favorite band.
Yeah, you couldn't. So there was a feud that was going on between Jesse Lacey of Brand New and John Nolan of Taking Back Sunday. They were in this band together, Taking Back Sunday at the time, and apparently they went to a party. And the story goes that John Nolan sort of stole Jesse's girl from him, and from there on, that's when the feud started. And almost immediately after, Jesse left the band, and then, funny enough, but a little while later, maybe a year or so later, John Nolan and Sean Cooper ended up leaving the band.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Because of, they say, some sort of differences, and I think they ended up saying that John Nolan felt overworked at the time. That's
Oh,
a story
okay.
that they kind of pushed, but the reality was there was a lot more feuding going on, and at the time,
Mm.
Adam Lazzara had ended his relationship with John Nolan's sister, Michelle Nolan.
I remember this.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So once that kind of sort of fell apart, John was like, you know what? It's time for us to like bow out. Let's get out of here. We don't like the way things are working. And they went and formed Streetlight Run with Michelle Nolan, John Nolan, and Sean Cooper, and someone else. I forget
The
who
drummer, I don't remember who
Yeah.
the drummer was, but
So that's what they went to go do.
Be honest, I did not know that was them.
Oh,
I fucking love Straight Run, but I never went into the
Really?
history
Wow.
of them.
oh wow,
Yep.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
all right,
So there you go. Yeah.
hey,
Yep.
some good nuggets of knowledge there.
Yeah.
Little history
20 years
lesson.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years later. Yeah, but it's crazy to think that Jesse Lacey of Brand New left and a year later started Brand New, and then we know who Brand New is now too. So it's pretty interesting that
Yeah.
he had his hand in both of these pots,
Yeah.
you know, and they both did really well for each other.
Not only that too, I believe Ed Reyes came from the movie Life.
He did come from the movie Life.
So it was
yeah.
also from, and actually that was a knock when Taking Back Sunday first came out. Was like, oh, they sound too much like the movie Life, as people kept saying. We're like, well, obviously they have one of their songwriters that play in the band, so they're gonna sound similar.
Yeah, there was even an original singer of Taking Back Sunday, Antonio
Oh yeah,
Luca or Antonio something, Antonio L. And he was the original singer who had left for whatever reasons. Also, maybe it wasn't progressing fast enough,
Maybe
and
it
things just weren't working out.
okay.
And
took a little bit while, but
yeah, and then Adam Lazar, who was brought in to be a bassist, who was bassing.
Okay.
They moved him to lead vocals, and then they brought in the now bassist, and he shreds. So it made more sense.
yeah.
That was a great move because Adam is. When I see Adam, like he is like the quintessential frontman
Frontman, yeah.
to me. Like
Yeah.
he's a showman. He's up there. Like I mean, like the way like he, like between him and like maybe Jeff with the swinging of the mic, you know,
He's got a little bit of
mic
that
cable.
too. He's got a little bit of that flair too, with like the mic throwing, and then it's almost like this drunken swagger. It's like so interesting,
Yeah.
you know. And then for
Drunken
some
kung fu.
reason, he's like, "Oh no, I mixed this up." You know what? I always thought in the back of my head, why is Adam Lazard talking the way he does? He's from Long Island, but he's not. He's from North Carolina.
Oh, he's actually from North
He's
Carolina.
from North Carolina.
Oh, I know he lives there now, but I didn't know that's where he's from.
That's where he's from.
Ah, that
And
makes...
I spaced it until right now. Because I if you knew me before, or if you know me, if you know me, and you heard me talk about Taking Back Sunday before, anytime I seen them live,
he's the only one.
yeah, I know, that's an asshole move, but anytime I would see them live and Adam would talk, he'd be like, "Well, y'all, listen," and I'd be like, "How does he have like
An
this sort of
accent,
like,
country
yeah,
accent.
like
You're from New Jersey.
yeah,
like,
this Alabama like swagger to you, you know?" And I always thought, yeah, you guys are from Jersey or Long Island,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it never made sense. And right now, then I'm thinking about the facts. That's why. That's why he's always had this. Hey, you know, y'all want to bring it in closer, you know, type of thing. And he's walking barefoot on the bar at the House of Blues, which he actually did. And great show, amazing. He's like, "Can you pass me that whiskey right there?" Someone handed up a whiskey, took a drink. Those are like simpler times, you guys.
Yeah.
We're
Damn.
worried about like, whoa, no.
Yeah.
Have you been
for real.
vaccinated?
Yeah, for real. Like, that's crazy. Dude, could have had herpes and we're worried about vaccination.
I know.
You know what's crazy? Like going back and listening to the album,
Mhm.
I realize now. I think initially, like I love the album, and although there weren't like I didn't love every song, and now I look at it a little with like a more critical eye.
Yeah.
And albums now that so what I'm trying to say is like they like to get past my gauntlet of albums that get in my repertoire now, like I basically have to love the entire thing
Okay.
all the way through. Well, with like Tell All Your Friends, like the criteria is a lot easier. Like that one is will forever be in my know discography, and it has less songs on it that I like than something that I'm currently trying to get into.
Got it.
Like it's made it into that. It's my
Your Hall of
standard.
Fame.
Yeah, my standards have become a lot harder for an album to get into. Like with the newer Taking Back Sunday, like I'll listen to it even if there's a one or two good songs. I'm like, okay, I like those songs, but I won't listen to the whole album.
Yeah.
As opposed to like Tell All Your Friends, where like I don't like every song, but it's a classic to me.
Yep.
It's an OG. When I was going back to listen, I really started appreciating the musicality of it, like the way they wrote really good songs, really good songwriting. The bass just fucking shreds.
Oh, yeah.
You know, guitars were very like nice and crisp. And the thing is, this was recorded in 2020 or 2002.
Yeah.
So it was like, yes, there was autotune, but it wasn't really being used at all. The recording sounds way more raw. And I was like, I appreciate that. It just sounds good. Even all the minor, you know, like flaws you can hear, it just felt warmer listening to something that, you know, I have a different appreciation for that album now.
I don't remember if we were talking about before, but like with albums sounding so perfect now, like you almost get a bit of a like perfect fatigue.
Yeah.
Where like everything just sounds so the same.
That's it. Everything just sounds the same because it's so on spot, perfect, or they're all writing in the same fucking key.
Which is great. Like, doesn't mean it sounds bad.
Doesn't mean it sounds bad, but it just sounds.
It's very like cookie cutter because it's so perfect. And then when you go hear something like this album that has a lot of imperfections, like some of the vocals aren't quite in pitch, and they're also trying to do harmonies at the same time.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
you're listening to those things now, like you hear it because you're so used to the perfect.
Yeah,
that it gives you a different appreciation for them just doing it, you know.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
fucking just go ahead and take that cut. Like that's perfect. Just that's the take we're using.
Yeah, I think one of you said raw, and I think that kind of gives me the same. I get the same vibe as well. There's like a rawness to it.
There's always a rawness about, you know. I think take this album and then Where You Want to Be. Then after that, like they kind of got a little bit more polished. Polished a little bit. Where I kind of fell off there.
Yeah,
like I was like, it was just it sounded too polished. Where like I think of like you know, Thursday, another band. Maybe we can compare it to them, but they sounded raw all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like that about those artists. You know?
Yeah.
It just feels a little bit more like you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. This album brought back a lot of memories. That's for sure. Ray, the song that you chose, Ghost Man on Third, was that's one of my favorite songs off this entire album. Initially, Q Without the E is what hooked me. Like it completely hooked me. I couldn't believe that they created the song. It was like, it was just.
I think I remember this conversation.
It's so crazy because at the time, like now it sounds ridiculous. We've heard so much and there is so much that exists out there. But at the time, like that, just the cadence to everything, just I got a little bit of a chill because for me, it's like, and just for you too, you guys all have moments that you live by, you know, your life is made up of these little moments and they're what make us who we are. That's our story. And for me, this is part of my story, and hearing that song just changed me. Kind of like the way that, like we were talking about Thursday just recently, and Full Collapse changed me in a certain way too, where I thought, since you never heard that sound before, it just revealed something to you.
How is this possible?
And the veil is just pulled, from your eyes, and you're like, oh my God, this is fucking music also? Like, too? And you're in disbelief, that something sounds so different, but it just hooks you and it's amazing. And that's what Cute Without the E. Yeah. That's what it did to me. But this whole album definitely held up. Good stuff, man. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. If you have not gone and given the whole album a listen, do yourself a favor, do it. Yeah. Even if it's for, I guess I want to say research purposes, but like the idea of like to experience it, and maybe compare and contrast to what you're currently listening to.
Yeah, it might not be your type of music, but it's still a good, solid album to give it a listen to.
You know what? I think you're right. I think even if you're not a fan of them, if you're a fan of the realm of music, I think you will come away with from this album with some form of appreciation, whether it be for the rawness or the vocals or musicianship, or just for what it was at its time. Yeah, I think you're gonna come away with something from it.
Yeah. It's crazy. I will mention too, because this is the thought that I had coming into this. I definitely wanted to mention my daughter used to sing Cute Without the E. And that's also part of the reason why it was so like, it resonated with me so much. She would try to do the John Nolan scream. It was so much fun, just driving around with her, my beater car at the time that had a leaking oil pan. And it was just like, that's life, it's so funny, man. But I will cherish that moment forever.
That's cool, and I think that's why the album means a little bit more, because it has like this memory, this time, attached to it.
And that's what I'm saying. It's those things, that really make, something for us, and and that really made it for me. It was part of my my routine at the time.
Sweet. But I hope you guys enjoyed this retro album review. We'll probably be doing it more because
Yeah,
all of
for
our
sure. This is
albums are
fun.
getting old.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun going back and trying to figure out the memories of those times.
You know, it'd
Yeah.
be interesting too to do maybe retro reviews of like albums like maybe we didn't give a full listen to.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, like albums that were
For
great.
sure.
You know, we were around for the time, but something like that.
Dude, there's a ton of that too.
Yeah.
Because there's so much, even stuff that we know about, but I never really gave a full, listen to. Maybe a couple songs here and there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The Blood's next.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Who?
The Blood.
Oh man, let's do that.
That's
That's
a flask.
the blood too.
It's probably turning 20 pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
Probably up there.
I think next year,
Yeah.
maybe.
That might be coming soon.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap this episode up with this week's music roundup. Getting into what we've been digging for the week. And if you guys so choose, you can check it out as well. And let us know if you're digging it.
For sure.
But this week, I guess I'll kick it off.
Do it.
I've been digging I've been in a, I guess, like kind of indie hip hop kind of vibe. And so one of the artists I've been listening to is she's called Orion Sun. She's
Okay.
out of New Jersey. She just dropped an EP last month called Getaway.
All right.
You have a cool like chill vibe, like think like, kind of chill drums with kind of like maybe some like jazzy bass, and some good like vocal. I want to say like you could totally tell influences of like Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill like are
Ooh,
in
that'd
there.
be cool. All right.
So
That's not bad.
definitely in there. But and then also to go along with that and kind of the indie hip hop vibe, I've been digging on the this dude. His name, he goes by Dijon.
Dijon mustard.
Ooh, my favorite kind of mustard.
I like it. I like Dijon
Whew.
mustard.
He's got some flavor.
Oh, all right, cool.
So
nice.
he was actually not. He was a.
Dude, I think with a name like Dijon, you gotta have some flavor.
Yeah, you better have some
I think that's like needless to say, he's flavorful.
Like it's kind of plain.
Should have named himself Vanilla.
I know.
Like, well, that was already taken.
Regular mustard. But he was on Jimmy Fallon not too long ago.
What?
Yeah. Was
Wow.
performing. It's kind of cool because he's kind of one of these bedroom producers. He like has his whole rig where you can see him like twisting his knobs while he's performing and everything.
It's just getting better and better, dude. You can see him in his room twisting his knobs.
Dijon's getting spicy.
Damn, that's so good, dude.
He just dropped an album at the end of last year called Absolutely.
All right.
It's got some gems on it. So yeah, if you guys are feeling some kind of chill, kind of indie hip hop stuff, give him a listen.
Sweet.
And then
How about you, Ed?
what I've been digging is I stumbled upon what is it? The old City Star video. You remember City Star Skate Company?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the old video. There was Cream Campbell's part, and there was this song on there by Exhibit called Paparazzi.
Ooh,
Bro, that song.
Dope.
And then I think that like song and that video together kind of just imprinted on my mind. But
Yeah.
dude.
to be honest, I've just been listening to that song, and then the album that comes off is At the Speed of Life by Exhibit.
Nice.
When did that drop, dude?
1996.
Oh,
shit.
that's a throwback.
Yo.
Yo, that fucking song
Yep.
freaking still Will
Oh,
Smith's.
dude.
Still slaps. I
It
love
really
it.
does, dude. It
Oh,
really
that's the new
does.
saying right
I
there.
know.
Will Smith's.
Man, it does though, because
Yeah.
it has like that intro, like that
Yeah.
sort of orchestra. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's so fucking cool,
That's
dude.
so
What's like
good,
the
dude.
camera clicks
Yeah.
going on in the
yeah,
background?
that
Yeah.
pop adding to the paparazzi
Yeah.
thing.
I fucking
I
love
loved
that's
it.
like my favorite song from Exhibit.
Really, it really
Yeah,
is.
yeah, dude.
Honestly, that was the moment where I felt too like, oh, I like a deeper voice.
Yeah.
Although I really wasn't vibing on deep voices, he just like had that fucking grime and that
Yeah.
just like I
It
don't
meshed
know.
really well.
It really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. That's
yeah.
a good call,
Yeah,
man.
hell yeah.
Ooh,
That's a
yeah.
good one for you guys.
You gotta
Man,
put
guys
that
are
on
lucky
your.
today.
Yeah,
this
listen
week's-
to that
yeah.
song. If you don't listen to any Exhibit song, just listen to that one. That one's like so good.
That's
dude.
really it. Yeah, that's all you really need.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's a
that is
good
all you
song.
need. It's a fucking banger. It really is.
Good choice, man. Good choice.
For me, it's completely opposite. I've been on some like dreamy pop vibes, but there's
Huh.
a band called Blouse. I don't know if you guys have heard them. I'll
Ooh.
play them next week for you guys.
Ooh, okay.
I was planning to drop a song today, but then we started mix up with the Taking Back Sunday tracks.
Ah, yes.
So I'll save it for next week. blouse. It is a really dreamy, like ethereal, sort of like airy vibe.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, but the vocals match like the music. They're both
Ooh.
real dreamy.
So it's
So
it is really a whole vibe.
it really is. And
Okay.
to me, it's like the type of music that I'll just put on and then just continue doing stuff too. Like it doesn't really like, it's not loud in your face to where, you know, you want to sing along or you have to like pay attention to it. It's almost like just
Productive
background.
music.
Yeah, it's so
Yep.
crazy, but there are great lyrics in there and something, you know, more to take away than what I'm telling you, but it is like that for me. I can put it on and just start from the beginning and go and start doing stuff, start crafting or building something or whatever I'm doing, clean. And yeah, by the time I realize the album's over.
You're asleep. That's fine.
Yeah, and I was asleep. Yeah. It's-
There's something to be said with that type of music where like it exists in a realm where like you can kind of put it in background
Yeah.
music, but if you want to dive into the music and listen to the lyrics and get into the musicianship, like you can do
Absolutely.
that as well.
Yeah.
It's like that type of music is like a dope, like what I think like a dope like soundtrack to my life is. You know, something-
Soundtrack.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly what
yep,
it's doing.
Yep.
You're right. You killed it. That's what it is. It's a soundtrack to my life at moments.
Yep.
And I love those things.
That just reminded me of a meme I read. They're like, your what is it? Oh, your ringtone for your alarm is your theme music because
Yep.
that wakes you up or that brings you into the day every
Yeah,
day.
dude,
Wow.
mine is my alarm.
I
So,
know.
okay.
I was like, damn it, I gotta pick a cool song now.
Yep. I won't wake up though.
It's funny
Just
because I
vibing
choose
in
like a
your
real
sleep.
annoying sound too.
Yep.
So I'm like guaranteed to wake up.
Sweet. Good
But
choice.
yeah, good stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
Man, hope you guys enjoy this.
Nice. So if you guys are interested, check out any of these artists we've recommended. Check out Taking Back Sunday if you guys haven't done that
Yes.
already. But I guess that'll be it for this episode.
Yeah.
Please check us out next
Oh, yeah.
time. We'll have probably some more music for you guys to check out and more music
Probably.
news.
Ray's voice will be back from vacation.
I'm hoping.
Maybe.
I'm hoping. I'm struggling. I'm interested to see how it actually sounded at the beginning and how it sounds now.
Yeah, it does sound a little bit
Sounds
more
a little
hoarse.
weaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm struggling here. But
Let's get out of here. Let's go.
but thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until next time, take care.
Peace.
Oh shit, you're still here? You can watch video here, the other one here, and I think the like button's somewhere around here. You know what to do. Bye.